John's Fun Writing Time. Let's see who we can help today. Oh, hello.
Hi, John. Could you help me with some? You see, I'm writing the movie review, and I'm having trouble with the structure. Could you help me?
Oh, sure. Well, the first thing you want to do when writing a film review is to give a brief plot synopsis. Do you know what that is?
I'm not so sure about that.
Okay. Well, what you want to do is describe the main points of the plot. You could talk about the setting, give a little information about the beginning, and some of the main events that are critical to the story. But do not tell the entire story. So you're talking about the Avengers, so maybe mention a few of the cool action scenes that happen, but maybe, don't talk about the nuclear missile at the end and how Iron Man saves the day, because then it sort of ruins the movie, and then so why would anyone have a reason to see it if you talk about every single thing that happens, okay?
Okay. But should I mention the background of the movie?
Oh, yes, of course. Another thing that you do want to do in your movie review is give some background information about the movie. Talk about the actors, who they are, some of their past experiences, the director, what was a famous film that the director had done before. So, Joss Whedon, one of the things he is famous for is a show called Firefly. You could mention that. And other little interesting bits of information that you think the reader would find interesting.
Like behind the scenes, something like that?
Yeah, maybe, but don't make it the whole essay. Just a couple of the most interesting parts.
Okay. I think I got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And another question is that how can I evaluate a movie?
Yes, well, I see it says here that the Hulk was good.
Yeah.
I think you should write a little bit more than that. Well, one thing you want to do is you want to evaluate things that you liked about the movie, things that you didn't like the movie. Like the saying, you want to tell the readers the good, the bad, and the ugly. So a good thing would be, the Hulk was good, but you want to say more. You would want to mention the actor playing the Hulk was good. Mark Ruffalo, was he a superior actor when compared to the others, or was it the CGI effects that brought the Hulk to life that were very good? These are things that you want to delve into. And you also want to talk about some of the things like the directing and the plot and things like that. A lot of people spend some time on the plot, particularly the motivation of the film. Like, why are they doing this? And you do want to combine it with a little bit of background information. Like, say, maybe you didn't like the lighting in the movie, or the composition of the filming. You would want to mention who the cinematographer is, because that's his job. If you liked the score, you want to mention who wrote the score. So these are things you want to consider when you write this. And remember to mention things that are both good and bad.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, one more is about, all I know is I like the movie so much, but I don't know how to recommend to my friends.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're writing a review, it takes a little bit more than to just say, I liked it. In a lot of ways, the recommendation concludes the review. So, you liked it, so why? So you liked the Hulk, and you liked the music. You want to talk about how all these things come together to make a good movie, and maybe even mention, one more thing that you didn't before. Like, you could say there's even a standout performance by Robert Downey Jr., who has so many funny lines, and you could even hint at something at the end, because Marvel is famous for putting little funny scenes at the end of the movie, and you could say one of the real treats is at the very end of the credits. So you could mention that when concluding your movie review.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Great.
Oh, by the way, do you have any bonus tips for me?
Yeah, sure. Well, one thing is that we talked earlier about not spoiling everything. So, don't spoil review. Do not make the first sentence, "This was the best movie I've ever seen." You can hint one way or another, but you want to give them a reason to read the rest of the review. And another thing is that if you do recommend the movie, or you don't, the tone of your review should be consistent. So if you have nothing but negative things to say throughout your review, it will be very strange if in your recommendations section you say, "This was a wonderful film. I highly recommend it. Everyone should go see it." So you want to keep it a little upbeat if you really liked it, and a little negative if you thought it was a horrible movie.
Okay, this seems should be like subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.